Hey, hi everybody. Hi Melanie. Hi Sydney.
Hello.
Looks like Melanie's got somebody new.
Yep, this is Maggie. She's been with me a week today.
Okay. Does she go swimming in Antarctica too?
She did not. I picked her up after I got back.
Okay. All right.
She's
Wow.
pretty cute with her tongue hanging out the side of her mouth.
Yeah.
She's a very
Wow.
laid back dog. She's
Well,
comfortable everywhere.
we've got a really good show today. We've got a girl and some of her pups, but I think some of them have been adopted, but that's okay. They haven't been delivered yet. You get to see puppies.
Yeah, I think there are still at least 4 physically at the foster's house.
Okay.
So we'll get to see some puppy fun.
All right, this is awesome. Before we get going too crazy here, I want to make mention that for the folks that need help with your dogs, your dog training, I'm kind of excited to announce that New Jersey has got a bill in their state house that goes to debate tomorrow. I mean, this has been in there a little while. We've known about it. We've got a banner for it because we absolutely support this bill. Okay. And it's New Jersey House Bill S 3814, and that follows the guidelines of the American Veterinary Society of Animal Behavior. And finally, we've got somebody paying attention that you don't need to force your dog to do things because, man, with the Great Pyrenees, that's just the wrong breed. When's the last time you had success forcing a Great Pyrenees to do something? All right, versus make them want to do something for you. But anyway, yeah, we fully support that bill, and fingers crossed. Now it's got some pretty heavyweight opponents to it, so that's not a fun thing. Let's send them a little attaboy for that House bill there in New Jersey, okay? And let's talk to them. Let's make sure we can get that thing passed. All right. So, and we got our training today, our training tips for the day. Hi, Roman. Have you ever, I think if you read the description of the show, you've been walking your dog and next thing you know, you're going skiing behind your dog because they want to go sniff that spot in the grass. Okay. And then, you're walking your dog, and then, holy crap, the devil himself appears in front of you, walking another dog towards you. And suddenly, your sweet little dog turns into Cujo. We're going to cover that today, okay? And is there any hope? Well, yeah, there's hope. This isn't the first time trainers have dealt with this, okay? Always remember, intimidation is a big word, okay? So, wow. Now, let's get down to business. We got puppies, but better yet, we've got an amazing mama.
Yes.
And and Ecora is her name. And we got a little video for her. We're going to bring her up. And Okay, well, I guess we ought to bring them up, huh? That would be
Yeah.
helpful. Oh boy, hi Monica.
Hello, how are
I
you
guess we ought to
guys?
change. I guess maybe we can talk Melanie into changing your name from Yali and the Y litter to Ecora and the E litter. She's gonna get right on that. Um, wow,
Yes,
that's the last
oh
time you were
yes.
on was with Yali, huh?
Yes, I was on last time with the Y later. I think it was 4 months ago or so. All
Yeah,
of those babies found forever homes, including mommy.
that's awesome. And now you've got Ecora and the E litter.
Yes, I do. And this is a magnificent twin Ecora. She
She's
is
so beautiful.
amazing. She is beautiful. And this is Eddie. Eddie, say hi. Eddie and Cora do not have a contract yet. There's a couple of interested people on this beauty queen, and hopefully something will materialize soon. But
So
listen,
Eddie needs an adopter still.
Eddie is the only one over here, big boy, that needs an adopter.
Wow.
Everyone else has been adopted under contract. So only mommy here and Eddie are the only ones that don't contract
Okay.
yet.
Well,
Yes.
I tell you, mommy, she sounds like one heck of a girl with what I've read.
Yes, she is one heck of a girl. This is all of her puppies, and she has been so tolerant. You can even see right now she's allowing them to kind of do the little last munchies that they can get out of her milk. And
How many
she's
puppies
like,
are there?
there right now with me, there's only 7.
Oh,
I'm
only
having,
7.
yeah, only 7 because number 8, Mr. Enzo was picked up by his mom yesterday here at my house. She was so sweet. She actually flew with her best friend from Wisconsin, and they are on the way home right now from Wisconsin.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
sweet that the adopter flew down and wanted to pick him up herself.
They flew down.
I know. They flew, her and her
Wow.
friend flew over, obviously expensive airline tickets, and they're driving 2 days in a row to get to Wisconsin. They came to pick up Mr. Enzo, who was
Wow, now that's a
adopted
heck of an
too.
adopter.
Yes, and this is Elvis. Elvis is adopted. Elvis is going to be
So
moving to.
cute.
I think he's going to Oregon, if I recall correctly. He looks a lot like this beautiful princess here. Well,
Yeah.
Queen Ecora.
I struggled with the names of those dogs, didn't I, on your video?
Yes, a little bit, but oh my God, there's all of them look so much alike.
I
Yeah.
know.
So,
Yeah.
Monica, it
Yes.
looks like Eddie has a little bit of like butterscotch color on his ears and on his head. Is
Yes,
he?
he does. I'm trying to find him. I tracked him with a little brown
Uh-oh, you lost
thing.
Eddie. You lost Eddie. Eddie's gone.
Yeah. Hold on. Where is Eddie? Eddie, where are you? He likes to hide. I think he's actually. Yeah. No, there he is. Say hi, Eddie. Hi. Hey, Eddie. Hi. Yes, he's got like some pink color on his ears.
Yeah.
He
Cute.
does. And there
He
has
is
been my
cute.
connection of puppy. Yeah, he likes obviously the fan. You see that he's by the fan. Look at that face. Look at that baby's face.
Aw.
He's
Now,
incredible. And
when I was going through the website or somewhere and I saw these pictures, now which puppy is that one with you?
this one here, this one,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is
No, no,
Elvis.
no. The one in the picture. That's right. You can't see the pictures, can you? You were
Oh, okay.
holding one.
Yeah, that's Eddie.
That's Eddie? Okay. So we do
Yeah,
have 2 pictures of Eddie.
yeah. He's a cuddle bug. He is amazing, and I tell you, when Rena uh, saw this picture, she's like, "Oh, Monica, he's a keeper."
I'll tell you what's amazing. I'll tell you what's really amazing is you've got all these puppies and you still have your sanity.
I do, and I also have my own 4 dogs. Last show, I only had 3 dogs, and then I've decided to foster a little runt from. He's right there with my pit bull, that little white one. I fostered him from the shelter, and he was foster gain or foster fail within 3 days. So now I have 13 dogs in my house, 4 of them which are mine. So
Wow.
see how cute. Eddie is just enjoying the wind of the fan. Yeah, with his little. Yesterday he might do it today. Yesterday he was playing like just splashing the water. I'm actually trying to catch that bee that is there. It was so cute.
Hmm.
Hi, hi. Who
Wow.
are you? Hi. Here's a
And
mama.
Mama said, now Ecora was such a good mama, wasn't she?
Oh my God, she is an amazing mom. I mean, she's more tolerant than I was when I had my triplets. She just
It's
allows them to
also
crawl all over her.
now it could
Yeah,
be possible that this is not her first litter, right?
I do think she is her first litter because she does not look damaged at all.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Because she looked
her
experienced, is what I saw.
yeah, she does. But in all honesty, her others are in great shape. I don't think I think is her first because
Okay.
she's not damaged at all. I mean,
Oh, okay.
her
She does
skin
look
is
good.
beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and she's a
Wow.
very gentle soul. You know, one really amazing thing with this girl is that you can tell that she was a loved, well attended dog by the previous owners because she listens to every command that you give her, and then she does it. And
All right.
she's
So
also a little couch
she,
potato.
so it sounds like she's one of the few that came from actually a good home then.
Yes, she did. She did come from a good home. The only thing that she came with is that she was underweight, but I mean, I don't think it's any rare when a puppy. I mean, when a doggy had just delivered 8 babies and they're eating
Right.
every ounce of her energy. So,
Oh, so she
yeah,
already had the puppies when you got her.
yes, yes, I
Gotcha.
did. Look at Eddie. He's
Quite look at him. Well,
hey, what you guys
so
doing?
let's ask about a couple questions about Ecora because that's Mama. Puppies, you can adopt puppies 7 days a week, but Mama, on the other hand, she's not as cute. Personally, I think she's cuter, but
Oh,
but
yes.
so you said she does well on the leash. Does she come to you doing well on the leash?
Oh my God, she strolls with you. She never pulls, and she's not even. You know how some dogs are like obsessive sniffers, and they just like sniff everything and anything on the grass. She's not. The only time that she sniffs is when there may be something really, really yummy that she could eat that somebody just dropped in there. But she just like strolls with you as you walk, and it's not only with me. Also, my boyfriend has been very helpful with this litter, and also with the white litter. But he takes her out, and she just walks with grace, like literally. And
Wow.
she looks so graceful because obviously she's so long and tall, that she's a queen. I get so many compliments by people when I'm walking her. It's like, oh, what is she? She's beautiful, and etc. etc. So yeah, no pulling whatsoever. See, she walks with this one, and no pulling, just the regular
That's so
leash.
awesome.
Yeah, no pulling or anything.
So
She's a
at
wonderful
your
mommy.
at your home, she's an easy dog then, huh?
Oh, she's actually the easiest. Her and my pit bull are the easiest one. And these little runs, they have been a lot of fun to be with and a lot of work. So, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
because there's so
Yeah.
many. And in the beginning, I was very blessed that I had already taken time off from work during the holidays. So literally the first 10 days of their life at my home was dedicated to them. So
Wow.
that helped. Yeah, that helped a lot.
All right.
I had a very fun Christmas time filled with puppies and with Ecora.
Cool. All right. Well, I think Sydney has a question or two, and then we're gonna move on to our big topic, or two
Yeah.
topics actually.
Yeah. So, Monica, does Ecora seem like she's really blown her coat yet?
I don't understand what you mean by that, by blown her coat.
Has she
Yeah.
shedded her undercoat?
Yeah.
Oh, has she shedded her undercoat? I don't know because in all honesty, I brush her and she lets me brush her and she doesn't like shed a lot.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
doesn't, so she might already shed her
Yeah.
undercoat.
And
Yeah.
we've talked about this on the show before. You know, the mamas, when they're nursing, are expending so much energy doing that you know, a lot of times they'll they'll typically blow their coat really kind of dramatically, and it takes a little while for their fur to grow back. So oftentimes we see them later on, they might seem like they're kind of almost a short-haired dog. But once they've no longer been nursing for a little while, their coat starts to get a lot fluffier and longer. But she's so beautiful.
She is.
Seems like somebody
Yeah,
who is
she
looking
is.
for a very mellow dog she would be an absolute golden girl for them.
Yeah. Yeah, she's amazing. She is a couch potato also. She lays with me and watch TV. And it's
Aw.
funny because she's in competition with my other dogs. My other dogs come and she puts her big paw on me like, hello, it's me. Last night, she jumped up on the bed and I had 5 dogs in my bed last
Wow.
night. But she
Look at her laying with
took one of
confidence.
my king size. Yeah, she's
And-
awesome. She's awesome.
And Monica, how long have you had her? So since December sometime?
2 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
December 22nd. Yeah, December 22nd is when they arrived. And they're probably gonna all be gone, and I get all teary about this all the time. But they're probably all gonna be gone by the 15th or the 22nd of this month. Because all of them, other than where are you, Mr. Eddie? I think he's the one here wrestling. Other than Eddie and Mommy, there he is. That are.
Well, I'm sure Eddie's going to go quickly.
Yeah.
I am certain he's a love bug. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, they're still at that age. They're still at
Cute.
that age. They're magnets. They're people magnets, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Wow.
how big is Ecora right now?
I based on the height of things that I have around, she's probably between 22 and 24 inches tall from
Okay.
the bottom, from the floor to her hips. Not her head. Her head is obviously taller. She's probably about total 5 feet all the way. No, only not 5 feet. 3 feet to her head. And the only reason I say that is because her head is almost to the edge of my counters, which is 36 inches. So she's about that. And body about 22 to 24 inches, and with her head, like with her snout up. If she has the snout up, then it's about, I don't know, 32 to 36 inches. She's a full size, I would say, Pyrenees. She's a little underweight because we are in the process of recovering our weight
Sure.
for delivery. But she's probably about 80 pounds now.
Okay. 80 pounds.
But I was told that her weight should be like about 90, 95.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we don't grow.
Hey, Monica, do you have a dog named Ziggy there?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Ziggy's
Yeah.
at a different foster, so there might be
Yeah.
some confusion because Ziggy was not going to be on this episode today. So I'm sorry if there was a little confusion on that.
When will Ziggy be on? I haven't looked at the spreadsheet.
I don't think we have him scheduled to be on.
Okay. All right. Well, then we have to talk to him because somebody came here to see Ziggy, and we're going to have to get Ziggy. So, all right, Monica, thank you so much. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where they are. Every one of those dogs is listed. Well, the two that are left that aren't adopted yet, which is Ecora and Eddie.
Yes.
Wow. She's beautiful.
She
Man.
is majestic. She is majestic. And she's such a love bug and so calm and just everything. I mean, you can see her, like when I introduced her to this people and that little Dachshund and this little Chihuahua, she kind of like just sniffed around and like, okay, thank you, we'll see you later. And she just walks around and she's just great. She's just literally whoever ends up with this princess is Queen Ecora is going to have a big blessing in their life. And so
That's
Mr.
awesome.
Eddie that just came to end the show right there by the fan.
All right. All right. All right, Monica, can you stay or you got things to do?
Oh, I can stay with you. Yeah.
All right. You might be interested in hearing what Roman has to say too. So thank you for bringing him on once again. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So here we go. Now we're going to bring Roman up here, and there he is, right there. He was hiding from us for a second. Before we get into this, I just want Roman to touch on that House bill in New Jersey, if you wouldn't mind. That's a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah, don't get me started.
Well, we're only going to take it for a minute. We got some leash stuff we got to talk about.
Right. So it's a legislation bill that's supposed to be passed to protect animals from bad trainers and bad skills and bad approaches. And so I'm supposed to be there right now as we speak, but I didn't make it. So I hope
because airplanes cost money, and
yeah,
and the
short notice as well.
Yeah, and this was an important meeting, and it was short notice, yeah, because there's going to be opponents of this bill going to be arguing that we're full of crap. It's basically what they're going to be saying. And we're saying that what they're doing is not necessary.
I'm saying that science is very clear how things work. Says that positive reinforcement is a technique that doesn't put dogs in harm. We use the same techniques working with crocodiles and lions and tigers, zoos. It's not something new. We even train orcas to do things through positive reinforcement. And there's the other party that says, well, we need those tools to address aggressive dogs. Thinking so blunt into behaviorism. The dog behaves because he's a bad dog. They don't see the root cause of that.
Yeah. Well,
and
anyway,
this is the two different
look,
worlds.
we got to get him off of this now. So
Elvis,
now,
come.
What do you want to cover first? How about the easy one first? How about the easy one where your dog, you get all leashed up and everything, and your dog's all wagging because he sees the leash, and you're getting ready to open that door, and next thing you know, you're going skiing behind him across the street and everything. Good thing no cars were coming because he needed to sniff that patch.
Right.
Well, that started
in
before you opened that door.
Right. In the comments, I'm going to put step number 1, and we're going to talk about it. Okay.
All right. Matter of fact, you had a minute. I can do that if you want. You want me to paste what you put in that private thing?
I did it.
Okay,
so
good.
The next thing I'm going to do is going to pull up a video that I have ready for you guys. I hope the video goes good. And that exercise is how to start at home, right? But before I do that, and put it in the screen.
You want me to? I see a blank screen share down there, but I don't see anything on it yet. Whoops, sorry, I'm working against you, Roman. There you are. Oh, I know this video. Cool.
I'll let you pull up the video.
It's up. We got it. Your internet's a little laggy. You don't, you're on that cell thing now, right? That hotspot? All right, we're going to have to take your screen share down, Roman. We lost you.
Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, now we can hear you. So your internet's not stable being, working off that hotspot to where you are. That's the problem. Okay, so since we lost Roman a little bit.
Tapped the show. Steve, maybe you want to pull the first video up.
Yeah. I don't have that video. Yeah, you got a problem with bandwidth right now.
I'll share it. 1 second.
Yep, it's in the private chat. The first video.
Yep, we got a producer, so she'll take care of us.
Perfect. The idea is to teach the dog what to do with the leash. So I'm gonna have an exhibit A, a fake dog, right? And so as we see here, you can start it. The first thing we see here is that the handler put the leash on, the dog is in the sit position. He didn't ask the dog to sit, the dog offered to sit on himself. And the next thing he's going to do is he's going to pretend to go outside, and the dog, of course, is going to start pulling the leash. But what happens is he's going to teach the dog that ending the leash, the dog has to do something other than pulling. And we're going to teach the dog to return on his own, and he gets rewarded for it. When the dog actually returns to him, he uses the word come. Come. And rewards. So he instigates the dog that he pretends to go outside. The dog pulls on the leash. The handler stops. The dog stops. He turns back to the handler and gets rewarded for it.
Let's go.
And now we teach him let's go. Let's go is the handler and the dog going the same direction with the leash.
Come.
When the dog follows the handler, we call him come and let's go.
And what's let's go mean?
Let's go is we go in the same direction, doing the same thing at the same speed.
Come.
So follow me.
Right. Now, not really follow me, just walk with me.
Okay.
Come.
And you see how he instigates. He moves backwards, and the dog is inclined to follow the person. And you see the difference between the first round and the last now?
Mm-hmm.
And guess what breed he is?
Come. Good boy. Let's go.
All right. This is good. Now, why are you doing this? So that way he's not overstimulated by the time you hit the door?
Exactly. So we can take the video off for now. What happens here is we teach the dog from the very beginning how to feel around the leash, how to feel comfortable hanging the leash, and what to do in the scenario where the dog and the handler are with the leash. As soon as the dog starts having the intention to go, oh, we're going to go for a walk, we're going to pull on the leash, nothing happens. And it doesn't go anywhere. And the dog is like, wait, why are we going? And then the person has the offer, the treat, and tells the dog, if you end the leash, the next time you want to do, return back to me, gets rewarded. So we're teaching the dog what to do when he ends the leash. Now, that is important to happen on the threshold without any triggers, because the dog, if there are no triggers, he can think through the process and actually remember it. If you take that too early outside, the dog will not be able to process that, and it's going to be so busy around the environment, he doesn't even care what you're doing. Right?
Because the stimulus is too high.
It's not going to work the first round, but you're going to notice that as soon as the leash stops, the dog hesitates to move any further, which makes the dog stop on his own without you yelling and screaming and hanging the leash. So let's go to the second video. We're going to teach the dog now at over threshold, like outside when already things get excited. On that video, you're going to see a little kid jumping around. Just ignore the kid if you can. But that's me, obviously, and that's a sheepdog mix. And I'm teaching that dog. I just met the dog. The dog is pulling so hard on the leash that this person actually fell down twice. So we start in the yard, already elevated instructions. We have the kid playing around. And I do the same thing I did with the dog inside. Move, reward.
So the next thing is, let's go. Come.
You see how the dog already pays attention to me?
He's making good eye contact.
Let's go.
Right?
What we do
Awesome.
is in going in a direction, doing the same thing at the same speed. That's let's go. Okay. Let's go is we go in that direction, and the same speed, we do the same thing. Going in the same direction, doing the same thing. Let's go. And a reward for that.
And you see the leash is loose.
Yes. The next is wait. Wait means hold.
And now, once we have the comment, let's go, then the next thing we're going to do is wait. We need a handbrake on the leash walking.
You are released. So wait is up to him to make a decision when to move. Make sense?
He decides.
Right.
Okay.
Either he comes to me after wait, or I come to him after wait.
Okay.
Stay means don't move whenever that happens. I release you. So stay is basically a handbrake.
Okay.
Not released, he cannot move.
Okay.
So that's why I want to have that difference.
Yeah.
We want him to have this freedom of making these decisions.
Okay.
Come.
We've
Let's
never
go.
done wait.
Wait.
It's in the book, but I never did it.
Good. So wait means don't move until the next step kicks in. Let's go. Wait. Good. Wait does not mean sit. If you choose to sit, that's fine with me, but it's not what I want.
Okay.
Because the last thing we want is him sitting when he needs to move.
Yeah.
Sitting means stagnancy. Dogs need to move. Okay?
Yes.
So we cannot ask the dog to sit if he's scared, because that creates stagnancy.
And I do that
He's in
with
free
him.
drive, and all of a sudden he needs to fight about it because he cannot move away from
Yeah.
it. Make sense?
Okay,
He
you
doesn't
can pause
really
it
like
here.
sitting either.
No.
Do you guys have any
That's pretty
questions?
impressive with that distraction going on back behind you too.
Right. Now, the real story behind that is that dog, he cannot be walked on the street because he's chasing cars. And he sees other dogs, he goes crazy. And this person runs marathons, and she took the dog with her. So she cannot walk the dog because every time the dog sees a car, he's launching over the car. Of course, have you noticed that so many cars passed by and he didn't even pay attention?
And why is that?
And that is because, A, we have a good motivation. He's food motivated. That's good. Now, with guardian dogs, that food motivation is a little bit of a tricky thing because usually they're not trying to eat while they're working. That's why it's important to start in the house and teach him, hey, have some food that you like, and slowly, slowly work our way outside. All we need to do is the dog stays on the threshold.
So
you
you're
will
moving
start-
the threshold.
Right, in the stress threshold. So you want to start in the house, work your way up the hallway, end up in the garage, down the driveway, before you even get on the street. And when you work with your dog in the backyard, not in the front yard, you want to do that in a day where not the neighbor's dogs are barking, right? And you don't have a goose flying over your yard either. Geese.
And the car is driving by with the devil himself driving.
Right. Now, we need to pay attention to one thing. We have a guardian breed that reacts on movement. Something that moves gets his attention. So if you're stagnant, you will not get the dog's attention.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't built your dog's relationship well, your dog doesn't care what you're doing. That's why we build a relationship in the house. We build a relationship by being consistent, teaching the dog skills that he can take advantage of. Giving the dog commands all the time and taking him off the job will not get you very far. That's why we want to do it in a time where your dog wants to engage with you, is playful. And yeah, you can roughhouse with him. You can use the tug toy to get him for a walk. He wants to tug? Get the tug toy out. He wants to fight it? Right. Hold it in your hands. And he's like, oh, I want that. Okay, let's go. Oh, I want to play with it. Come. Play with it. Go get it. Let's go. So you can implement everything that your dog wants to do as a motivation to do the job. And I know it sounds very simple right now, and you're like, yeah, you haven't seen my dog. Yeah, I didn't say your dog in particular, but I can imagine how an aggressive dog can react. So you don't start that in the yard The first round, you're going to do it in the house. And if you have other dogs in the house, keep them away. You want to work only with one dog at a time. And don't take 2 dogs for a walk. I hope that makes sense for so far. And pay attention to more of that.
So in the training phase, the dog is very practiced at paying attention to you, that you really should only take one of your dogs at a time until you get to the
Yes.
place where everybody knows how to listen to each other.
Right, right. So you want to start with an easy dog first to get kind of a handle on it. Right? So you don't get frustrated with your difficult dog. Start with an easy dog. See how you hold the leash and how do you get the treats where you have the treats on. Once the dog knows that you have something in your hands, all the attention is there. But it's not about the dog getting the treats. It's about the dog paying attention. It's about the body's going through a somatic experience. How do I feel about having the leash on my neck? How do I feel about paying attention to my partner?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I have a cheat thing that I can give you. You want to introduce your dog the Find It game. It's very simple. Take 5 treats, have no other dogs around, 5 treats in your hand, and count them in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and place them in front of you. Guess what the dog will do? Find all those 5 treats. You think it's easy, right? Good. Once the dog figures out that you always have 5 treats, he's going to look for 5 treats. I know some people believe they don't count, but they do. If they know you have 1 piece, they know that you have 1 piece. So you place those 5 treats and then move away from it. Place another 5 treats while your dog is eating those 5 treats. Now that you see a consistency that every time you tell him find it, he's going to find 5 treats, we have already a pattern. Okay? So you take that 5 treats and move away further apart the treats. So 1 over here, 1 over there, 1 over here. So he has longer time to pick them and eat them. While you're moving away from there, putting another 5 treats on the ground, tell him, find that once you're done with the other one. Now we create a pattern that every time you say find it, your dog has actually to find something that he likes. Now imagine you go to the door, and the first thing you do, you open the door, and what will the dog do? He's already on the hood, try to find things. Well, let him find the treats first. So the moment you open the door, instead of the dog looking around for triggers, he's going to look around for your 5 treats to find. And you literally can walk him down the staircase, finding 1 treat after the other. That teaches the dog that opening the door, it's not that they open the door to the chaos, it's opening the door to the opportunity to find 5 treats. Now, why do I teach you that exercise? Because at some point, you're going to end up in a situation where you don't want the dog to look at these other bad guys. Find it, toss 5 treats on the ground, and let the dog deal with the grass.
Yeah.
That gives you a little bit more time. Now, the other thing is, while the dog is sniffing on the ground, he's grounded, he's hyper-focusing on the treat, and he doesn't see the other things that are happening. Of course, that's not going to work if the other guy showed up around the corner and you're like, oh, that doesn't work. But you already can train your dog that you can tell him, name, teaching your dog his name, come, make a U-turn, let's go, and walk away from it. And then let him find treats in the next corner, which calms the dog down. So what you build is resilience. The dog gets stressed, but he can recover faster. The problem with guardian dogs is they don't recover fast from stress. They've been specifically trained to be longer stressed. They should not forget about the predators out there in a day or 2, because they will come back. So their ability to ground stress is less efficient than other dogs. That's why we're going to help them.
And they're also
That
not
about the leash. I'm sure you guys have questions. Well,
they're also not bred to tuck and run either. They stand their ground.
no. Yeah. Because one thing I have to say, and don't take it weird, guardian dogs are scary dogs. They're
They can
scaredy
be.
cats.
If you're a
right? The
predator, they're
reason why
scary.
they're scaredy cat is because for you to be protective of your property, you need to be scared that somebody's going to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So all those behaviors that dogs are offering stem from fear, so to speak. Confidence, I'm confident. I don't care what comes to my property. I can deal with it. That doesn't make me protective. Protective makes me the fear of somebody comes to my property. The fear of somebody's taking my sheep away. So if we see that concept, why guardian dogs behave that way? Because aggression is part of dealing with fear. And they get easily triggered. Right?
That's a
So
in
order to
safety
help the
net
dog,
God put into a dog.
right? So in order to help the dog, we need to help him calm down. Hey, I got this. Come with me. Let's go in the other direction. And don't put energy into the problem because you're going to just make it bigger. So if we get violent about with the leash, and now come on, you just add so much stress to it. The dog cannot deal with your stress on top of it. He's going to deal with that stress first. So while you guys doing the exercise, do a lot of chores this way. Let's go. Come here. And the dog's like, oh, we're going to find some other 5 treats? Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
That's pretty neat because what that's doing is creating a safety zone for the dog around you.
Right. And you being the safe haven, the dog can come back to you as safety. As you saw in the first video, the dog ended the leash and returned back to safety, gets rewarded for it. So what do you do when you end the leash? Come back to safety. What
That's
do you
right.
do when you are too far away? Come back to safety. So instead of teaching the dog how to not pull on a leash, you teach the dog what to do when he ends the leash.
Yeah.
So at the end, you don't need the leash because the dog knows exactly what to do to not end the leash.
Right. And you're giving him knowledge and what comes with knowledge. We also give him confidence in that respect. Now,
Right.
now that's going to work great when you're meeting a dog or Harley Davidson. Well, maybe not Harley Davidson, but should be. You continue with that Harley Davidson, he'll come back to you with a Harley Davidson that goes by. Maybe.
So one thing that I noticed, I had a client actually email me today, also with a guardian dog, that his dog went ballistic after he saw the snowplow. Now, imagine the snowplows are heavier trucks, bigger trucks, and have a huge thing in front of them. It's not just the truck making noise, it's also the grinding noise the truck does, pushing the snow ahead, which is not just what we hear, but also vibration on the ground. So for the dog, it's kind of hell happens right now. The dog will have burst out of aggression against that
That's
truck
right.
that makes that noise. That will be a setback, right? So what you have to do is in those particular days where you know the snowblower shows up, just don't go out for a walk. And the next particular 2 days, don't expect your dog to be nice about the garbage truck.
Right. Now, there's ways to do the garbage truck, too. I mean, he hasn't been able to process the garbage truck. They come once a week, so it takes a while.
Right? You have hydraulic noises, you have compressor noises, you have air noises. This is a lot of noise happening. And if you want to hear what the dog actually hears, you want to record that incident, that event, with a slow motion camera and listen to the sounds that you will hear once you listen playback. It records so many sounds around that you didn't even know existing.
Right. Dog does.
And the dog can hear that particular thing that you will hear too, because they can process things differently, so they can process sound differently.
I had a client last year that we had the garbage truck come up on delivery. He shut it off, and we brought the dog out and let him sniff the truck. The dog jumped into the back of it where the garbage was.
Right.
But you see, he wouldn't have done that before. That was actually a good thing. We had to fish him, or they had to fish him out, but that was actually a good thing because now that's no longer that big scary truck.
Right.
Okay.
And
now we can go next week and leave the truck idle and let's try it again.
So what you can do, I know people have to work. Bring them a nice envelope with some good human treats and let him ask if they have time to spend 5 minutes around. So you can go around the truck and let the problem the dog has to figure out what it is. Let him smell around, as Steve said well. With the garbage bin, the same way. People are willing to help you once they see you're asking for help. Don't spend an hour there because he's not going to do it. But 5 minutes, it's okay. It's going to be a little bit off his route. It will be worth the treat thing you gave them.
Yeah, garbage men are actually pretty good people. They may have a garbage job, but they're very nice people. I've never had a client say my garbage man said no, he wouldn't help me. I never had that happen yet. So
right.
But garbage truck is bad, and we notice that once you conquer the garbage truck, the other things get just that much easier.
Right. And yeah, if you guys struggle with your leash pulling things, I am happy to assist you because it's not always the same thing with every dog. The different triggers in the past, past experience, trauma, reactive behaviors from our side, negative experiences from our side, surprise events happening, surprised by a bicycle, surprised by a car. We get upset about it. So this is something we can put together.
Yeah. Now, what about when a dog is pulling? Because remember, when you go for a walk, it's for the dog. Okay, we all understand that. So that means the dog's got to be having fun or whatever it is the dogs do. But since you have that leash, you should be having fun also. Okay, and going skiing behind your dog isn't my idea of having fun. Now, what about when a dog is pulling just to go to sniff a patch of grass? That's because you've got thrown treats on the ground. Now he's sniffing the ground.
Let's see leash and pulling. The dog pulls on the leash because it helps the dog get faster from point A to point B. The more he pulls, the likely he gets there. So pulling on the leash is self-rewarding. What we have to do is not making his life miserable, showing him that with us, he gets there faster. So that happens in the house. If your dog learns that pulling on the leash would get him back to you, and then with you, he gets there faster, he wants to smell. If that happens and you see him like, oh, I got this, I want to get there. Name, come, let's go. Jackpot. And he's like, oh, that can smell better than that one. And then go back to that spot because you told him to. Let's go sniff it out. Give him a couple of seconds and then move on, go to the next sniff spot. It's not something that's going to change from one moment to the other, just like we cannot change one moment to the other.
Right. And every dog's that much different too. Okay.
Right. Now,
different reasons.
If a dog goes to the bathroom, he's going to behave better than before the bathroom. So don't try to do your training skills before your dog went to the bathroom.
And one of the more important things that you want to try to remember, you have to also recognize when you actually need help, okay? Because people have a problem with that, and then all of a sudden, all of this turns into obedience and compliance, that you're maybe not meaning to do that, but it's coming out that way, and that's how the dog's perceiving it, and you got a great Pyrenees. That's the wrong breed for that, all right?
Yeah, and I know people will reach out to prong collars and shock collars. The prong collars are uppers. In fact, what they do is they agitate. They're agitators. The counterpart of agitation is a downer. The downer,
and then you
is the
livestock guardian
shock collar,
breed,
where the dog literally doesn't get enough blood in his brain and actually fades out. That's a downer, right? But once you use a prong collar or the shock collar, the dog, you get stuck with it. You get trapped with it. You will not be able to get away from it unless you change the whole attitude about it. So before you invest in that part, ask for help. I'm happy to assist you with that.
Right. And with this House bill in New Jersey, they've got these people that use that kind of thing all the time. They're getting nervous. Because if this passes, that's going to be a precedent that the rest of the country is going to be looking at to see if it works.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I've been doing it 4 years with no tools. Trust me, you don't need them. They're not necessary. And we're not here to go preach anti-shock.
I don't see any questions happening. Okay.
That's because you did such a good job explaining it. That's why.
I don't know about that.
It makes sense. Wait a minute. Well, that's why you got no questions. Puppy Bowl's on against us.
Yeah, and there
Oh,
apparently there are
there's a
several
puppy bowl.
Pyrenees puppies.
That makes sense.
Oh, there's a
Yes.
peer
Oh,
puppy
good.
and several peer puppies. Bye, everybody. I'm going to go watch. Wow, we picked a heck of a time to have a show this week, didn't we?
Okay, guys.
I forgot to
Hold
puppy
on.
bowl.
It's an important thing. The next thing you want to do when you promote a puppy, well, if you want to promote a puppy, add hashtag puppy bowl.
There you go.
You want to adopt a dog?
Okay.
That would be an opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah.
Several peers are on the puppy bowl today. That's pretty cool. That puppy bowl is also, it's fun, and there's no harm done. They get socialization, they get to play, and they get to have all kind of cool stuff. I really support the puppy bowl, and I also support that house bill.
I'm concerned about people seeing cute puppies, cute Pyrenees puppies, like, oh, mommy, can I have one? Yes, honey. Yeah.
Right. If you never had a Great Pyrenees and you want to start your adventure, reach out. Okay. There are resources. And if you have a problem, if you already have a Great Pyrenees, you're having problems with the Great Pyrenees, reach out to a Great Pyrenees rescue. All right. They know the breed. They have resources. Okay. Wow. Now, let's see.
Monica had a question in the private chat about if we wanted to show support for the bill from Texas. Is there a website or a place with like a petition?
Yes, there is.
Yes.
And I don't have it up. Do you have it handy, Roman?
Yes. Let me pull it up for you guys.
Roman's done a couple of videos on this. All right.
So what?
Some very good videos.
You can pull one up if you have one handy right now. I'm trying to get.
I don't have it handy.
Legislation.
But what we'll do is we'll talk about something else, Sydney, while you're looking that up, and we'll get it posted in the comments, Monica. All right. And but yeah, what it is they want to. It's where you can comment on the bill. There's a place you can go to comment on the bill, either in support or not support. Okay. So so what we recommend is if you support the bill, say yes, you support the bill, and then why. Okay. So and you might want to refrain from, because my last trainer was a dum-dum and I don't like him, so I don't want to support shock collars. But no, we got to do it for why, because you support the humane training of dogs. Okay. And for my clients, they see they're not necessary. Okay. So
I found it. So I'm going to put it in the link.
Good. Thank you, Roman. And that's something I forgot. I'm scrolling it across the bottom and I forgot to get the link. So but anyway, shout out to New Jersey. Shout out to New Jersey for working at this. That's a plus.
And please like all the posts that are positive to that bill. Many of them, they are not positive, so you don't want to like those guys.
Okay. Let's see. Monica's posting in the private comments. Reach out to Roman. Absolutely. Roman's actually pretty good with terriers. It's her rat terrier mix that does the polling. All right.
I have one stuffed too.
Yeah, he's got a stuffed one too. I forgot about that. What, did you end up burying Sandy? Is she gone?
Yeah, Sandy retired in a bad way. I got Blackie instead now. Yeah.
My husky doesn't have a face anymore. It's a stuffed animal, just so you know.
Husky.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying.
Yeah. All right. Wow. What a day. What a show. Now there's also a method that I have up on YouTube that if your dog's just pulling without a trigger, a known trigger, without an obvious trigger, and basically you just, now this is for a dog that is already with you and already understands that he has you to turn to for stuff like that, and you basically give him the ability to sort this out under certain circumstances. Now, this is not going to work if there's somebody walking down that sidewalk towards you, okay? And there's also no guidance in this video. I mean, there's no guidance in the way we do this way. We let him figure it out on his own. Okay. And when he turns to you, well, for help, guidance, approval, protection, whatever, well, then you show him that that was a good thing simply by start walking again. And patience is a virtue with this particular thing. And now there's so much that can go wrong here too, because now if another dog's walking down the road that you didn't see coming up behind you, this may not work this way if you have a dog that reacts to that. But bottom line is, it's a distraction. But the most important part is, do not pull on the leash.
Yes,
when the dog pulls on the leash, when the dog pulls on the leash, that's one thing. But when you pull on the leash, that's completely different. Okay, so you'll never see me or Roman pulling on a leash. All right, because with a guardian breed, there he is, right there. He just turned to me because
now,
he couldn't
guardian
figure
dogs
out.
may take affection.
Yep.
They may take affection as a reward as well.
So that's another way to do that. But once again, there's no one way for all dogs. Okay. But
I'm glad you said that, Roman. Thank you. Because some folks say, gosh, my dog isn't really treat motivated, even with really good ones. And remembering that actually affection can be a reward.
And that's when we turn the treat into the secondary, and the offer of the treat is the motivator. How about that?
Because the dog may take the treat as a negative experiences.
Right.
If you try to lure him away from the job, and like, I don't want that. What are you doing?
Right.
I'm working.
Wow. I wonder how many people that's the first time they've heard that. Wait a minute. A treat is associated with a negative? Yes, it can be. And without even realizing it.
Imagine you come to a friend and he invites you for a coffee and you take a sip and you're, oh, thank you. I'm good. No. So what I do before I leave, I offer my dog two options. Treat number one, treat number two. Which one do you want? If he doesn't take any of those, say, okay, we're going to work on something else today, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. So I like your coffee cup. Hold that coffee cup up again. What did it say? Oh, wow! I didn't realize that.
Right.
Mine's just mine's just silly.
Yours is better. I want one.
Okay, I'll make you one. I did a thing, everybody. I bought a heat press. I make these.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got a thing for baseball caps. I've got a thing for coffee cups, and I got a thing for logos. So. But yeah, and I was thinking about I've got one of these cups as a sample with the Rescue Show logo on it too. So I wonder if anybody would be willing to buy one of those for say, well, it cost me $5 from start to finish to actually make it, and it costs $5 to ship it. So I wonder if somebody would pay that much money for just a coffee cup. That's a lot of money for a coffee cup. I wouldn't. So that's why there's none available. Okay? Because that's a lot of money for a stupid coffee cup.
Yeah, well, I want to say a couple of things. Monica, thank you so much for bringing Ecora and those cute little roly-poly e-puppies on. And just a friendly reminder that Ecora is still available, and so is little Eddie with his little butterscotch markings. And then Melanie has a new foster that she's had just for a week, so we look forward to her sharing more about Maggie on a future show. And then we have a couple dogs lined up for the next show already. Lisa will be co-hosting. We have Ursus, who is in the
Pacific. Cool. Debbie will be back on.
Yes. And then we have Bruno, who is a brand new dog to rescue. He was an owner surrender in the Pacific Northwest. He's, I think, about 9 months old and a very big boy that needed a person who knew how to help set boundaries and be a benevolent pet parent. So he is in a good foster place now. So we'll get to see definitely those dogs in the very near future.
Wow. And just a reminder for those in the Pacific Northwest, Roman is in the Pacific Northwest.
Yes.
So you know. Just so you know. A lot of people don't realize that. Because we never look at that. We just think you're somewhere in cyberspace. Okay. So anyway, Wow, what a show. Thank you, Roman. Now we're going to do this again next week because we have the Q&A info at GreatPyreneesRescueSociety.org. Send your questions in. That's where these questions are coming from you. All right. So send in your questions and we get them. And it's now this is Great Pyrenees Rescue Society's brainchild here. This is all on them. This is why the email is info at GreatPyreneesRescueSociety.org. This is what they wanted. This is cool. Yeah. So, and don't forget to adopt, donate, foster, whatever. Support the rescues. It doesn't have to be GPRS. Support the rescue in your neighborhood. Support your shelters. Okay, they need you. These are kind of tough times right now. And thank you, Monica. And we'll see you with your next set of puppies. How's that?
That'd be great.
All right. Well, we're going to head on out. Thank you, everybody. See you next. Oh, hang on a second.
Bye-bye.
Let me fix this. Okay. Bye, everybody. See you next week.
Bye.